there's 4 types of viral videos, right? And most of the time, people think there's only one way of going viral, or they see different Instagram accounts going viral and they're like, if that account went viral with that, let me do the exact same thing. The problem is that the exact same thing doesn't necessarily work for you. So that's always, always one of my biggest things, to not copy the other people. Hello! To not copy the other people just because their content, their videos, or whatever is going viral, okay?
How are you guys? Hopefully everything is doing fantastic for you. Happy Thursday. And today we're talking about viral videos. So everyone is looking for them, but not everyone can catch them. We've done this for a ton of brands, big, small brands, and we're just bringing all of the knowledge that we have so you can actually apply it for your personal brand, business, or whatever you have going on.
Exactly. So before we get started, we are talking about videos in this specific video that you are watching, but we do have to mention that there are 4 content pillars. And the same thing that we're talking about right now applies to either of these 4. So the 4 that are out there are pictures, text, audio, and video. This means that you can use either one of these 4, okay? Some people are stronger writers than they are being on camera. Some people are better at speaking rather than writing, okay? So this is all about what works for you and what works for your brand. If you are interested in knowing which of these 4 content pillars works the best for you, make sure to stick around until the end of the video. And with that, we can go ahead and get started.
So let's get started. The first one is the commercial. So it's about the brand, new products, new features. This is the type of videos that is going to be speaking straight to your product or service.
Exactly. So basically, this is the typical one that you would normally see on the TVs, right? So even if you guys think about the latest Grammy Awards, right? On the Grammys, we usually see the latest commercials, right? Or even on the Super Bowl, we're used to seeing the Super Bowl because they have really, really good commercials. This type of video generally goes viral because there's a strategy that plays into the making of this video. But a commercial is different than the other 3. A commercial is most of like an unveil of a new product or a new service or a new feature. So this style of video generally goes best if you already have an audience, if you're already known for something. So for example, let's say that Oreo were to unveil like their latest milk. Actually, that would be a really cool thing for Oreo to do. Like have their own style of milk, right? So when they're doing this, they can do a commercial, like a really good commercial of the usual dipping, right, in the milk. They always go together. And with that, we already know who Oreo is. We already know what type of brand this is. And with their commercial video explaining their new milk, that would obviously be a huge boom and go viral on all social media platforms.
There is a big story. Remember the restaurant in Miami called Pincho? This is a place that's like sells meat, so like grilling and all of these. They're huge and super famous on Miami. This restaurant released a video. It was a viral video. It was super well done. It was a campaign done for the restaurant. So there was a person that stole the sign like outside of the actual restaurant, and everything was behind this storyline. So as you think about creating a commercial for your actual company, go ahead and add a story to it, and this way people will feel more connected. They'll be like, wow, I really want to share this because it's something really, really great that I want to just tell my friend, tell my family members, etc. So think about this. I'll make sure to maybe we can find the video and we can tag it so you can look at the commercial and then you know exactly what we mean. But if you're listening to the podcast or watching the replay, go ahead and look it up, put Pincho and then Miami, and then you will see the commercial most likely on YouTube.
Exactly. And with that, we're gonna go into type of viral video number 2.
The number two, as you know, is big educational, okay? So videos, how to do things with your product, service, or whatever you're trying to do, educate your end consumer, okay? You can get a super viral video around this topic. We have a ton of videos on our YouTube channel that we're always trying to answer a question that's trendy. You're just actually looking what's going on. So think about, for example, the last 3-5 months, people were looking for workout videos, for example. So maybe you can think about, okay, if my brand is a shoe company, maybe I can go and create a workout video that introduces this type of shoe, and then it's a how-to video, how to work out at home, and then you can actually start implementing these strategies, okay? So think about how can you educate your end consumer using the trends that are going on. Maybe it's a different season, like the holiday season. You have different type of seasons during the year that you can use to your advantage to teach your customer about your product or service.
Exactly. So this style of video is best. This is your go-to video if you do not have a previous audience, okay? If you do not have that social proof, if you are new, if you're just getting started on any social media platform, your go-to style of video we recommend is this educational style. And in specific in that how-to format, because that's how people are searching for it. So the best, obviously, the best to pair this would be to go on YouTube, where people are actually searching for how to work out at home during quarantine, how to do jump rope at home without bothering my neighbors, right? How to use the latest Instagram trends. And that's exactly how our past videos have gone viral, because we answer what people are searching for, or we are one of the first ones to jump on the latest social media trends. So if you look on my previous YouTube videos, this is exactly the style of video that you'll see. It's educational. I'm walking you through how to do something because I'm an expert at that subject, all right? So you have a personal brand, if you have a business, this is something that you can definitely start to jump on right now. Whether you want to do a quick one on Instagram Reels, whether you want to take it a step further, do an IGTV, or even position it on YouTube, that is your go-to style of video. But wait, there's 2 more styles that are coming. And at the end of the video, remember that we're going to talk about all these content pillars and which one is best for you. So make sure to stick around. And with that, we can jump into number 3.
Number 3 is big one, okay? It's entertainment. So big creators on YouTube, big creators on social media, they are big on entertainment, okay? Yeah. You have Sam Calder, for example, for filming, okay? You have Mr. Beast, okay, for type of entertainment inside YouTube, okay? Challenges and all of this. You have different type of creators that are looking not to teach, but to entertain the audience, okay? And this is something that you can use to your advantage to go viral, okay? Use sensational topics, okay? You need to find what's currently super trendy at the moment and try to create an entertainment piece behind that, okay? So maybe you can pair something funny, you can collaborate with a comedian, you can collaborate with influencers in your industry, and you can find a spin to your product or service, and this way people will want to share your piece of content.
Exactly. So this style of video, I would normally recommend this to a new brand that is really out there. So we love working with this style of brands. They're like adventure brands. It would be kind of like your GoPro style of footage, where you work with people who are out there doing really adventurous stuff that's obviously going to go viral. I mean, what about that guy that was, what was it with the balloons? Did you guys see that? He was flying with the balloons. Where was he?
He's
Like
a
a
magician.
stuntman.
Yes, he's a stuntman. So he was, I think, in the desert in Arizona or somewhere in Texas, I think. And he was basically lift up. He took a ton of balloons and just rise to the sky. So this was a partnership with YouTube, for example. So as you can see, he is a personal brand, he's a stuntman, and a lot of people, millions and millions of people tune in to watch this, and imagine all of the sponsors and all of this, everything that came from that, okay? So he was entertaining the audience. So think about what you can do. You don't have to be carrying balloons to be able to entertain your audience. You can find a spin, something creative that you can do inside your business.
Exactly. So the goal of this style of entertaining videos is obviously to reach masses. And while you're reaching thousands and thousands and thousands of people, you're building brand awareness. A really, really good example is a cranberry juice with the guy that you guys saw first on TikTok, where he was just riding his skateboard through the middle of the street. That video is literally entertaining. They're not giving you any basically emotion, any education. They're not telling you, he's not talking about any brand. He's just entertaining. But the first thing that you see is that cranberry juice bottle. So obviously, while he's reaching thousands and billions of people all over the world, simultaneously, this brand is going to start increasing in its brand awareness just because we can recognize what brand that is. That's why branding is also so important. And I talked about this in a recent interview. If you didn't have branding, we wouldn't even know what cranberry juice that was. And that would just be like a cool TikTok, but there would be no tie to a business, which obviously this video, that wasn't the purpose. But we can see how with this viral video, it has blown up this cranberry juice sales, right? So obviously something really, really cool to do. This style of video has a lot more to it. This isn't just your normal style video that you can just sit down and talk about. This has a lot of planning, you know, also investment, people that are going to be in the video. So definitely something on the higher end, something that really, really works really well.
Exactly. So number 4 is a big one, okay? It's emotional. Yeah. It's emotional type of videos. These videos are heartwarming, okay? Think about pets, think about stories that you can pull into it from your past, okay? People always relate to these kind of stories that are heartwarming. They want to know exactly how you got where you are at the moment, etc. So don't scratch your past. Go ahead and bring your past and make it as a video, okay? Create a story around it, and this way you can create something that's super awesome, okay? There are many videos on TikTok, for example, that went viral through the process of emotion, okay? This person, for example, is a clothing brand, and they are showing the process of building the clothing brand, and from the hardships and the start, then they got a few sales, and then they are telling a story step by step. How was this specific process? So you see the power of this because people can relate, okay? Everyone starts from zero, so they want to see how you can relate the story. How can you be connected to the video? So these videos work really, really well.
Exactly. I heard this quote and I absolutely love it. Your mess is your message, right? So this is a type of emotional video, whether you do it from your personal brand standpoint and you say your life story, or whether you're doing it from a brand and you bring somebody as your brand ambassador and you tell their message. That's just a beautiful thing that humans can connect to. And I'm going to tell you later on why this works and how you can incorporate this into any style. But basically that emotional, when I think of emotional, the first thing that comes to my head is whenever you're watching like the Hallmark Channel and you're watching like the typical Christmas movie, and then the nonprofit of like the pets that are stranded, the puppies, and it's just so it's like so heartwarming and heartbreaking at the same time to see all this. And that obviously creates emotion, and then that's what gets people to donate and people to help these things out. So normally this style of video, yes, it's great for personal brands. Yes, it's great for a brand if you have an ambassador that can tell a story, but it's also really nonprofits, right? It helps to spread the word. One thing that is for sure that we have to mention, this style of video, if you're telling a story, it has to be real. Don't get out there and say, okay, I'm going to do an emotional video because I want it to go viral. What tragic or what story can I make up? No, that's not what we're saying at all. It has to be real. There's nothing better than an authentic brand that can connect with their audience, okay? So make sure that it's real, that it's authentic.
Yes, this works really well also with the Facebook algorithm and YouTube algorithm. When you start pushing relatable stories that people can answer questions, so let's say that maybe you had a business and you had a not that great experience asking for a loan from a bank or an investment or something like that. Maybe you can start inside a Facebook group, for example. You can ask, who had this experience? This was my experience. This is my story. How can you relate to it? Do you have any advice for me from me? And then you start pushing these kind of questions, these stories, and people will reply with other stories. What's going to happen is that the algorithm will boost your post inside these groups, inside the YouTube questions, the comments, etc. And this way you'll be on top of it. And as soon as you post another post regarding any other topic inside that group, your post will be shown to these people that interacted with your post initially. So what happens here is that basically you'll be rising above everyone because your post went viral because you had a relatable story. You're asking a question and people are answering back. So this is super powerful when you're actually trying to rank your posts, trying to rank inside groups, trying to make an impression inside a specific Facebook group, etc. So let's say that you are a training coach, you are a business coach, or maybe you are someone in the makeup industry and you are inside a ton of groups inside Facebook. So you can use this emotional type of post in the copywriting niche to be able to get connections with real people.
Exactly. I absolutely love that. So to recap, we have 4 types of video, and we're going to give you a secret in just a minute, okay? So the 4 types of video are commercial, then we have educational, entertaining, and lastly, emotional, okay? So these are the 4 styles, okay? 4 types of viral video, but there is a big secret that we have. There is a key thing that every video, no matter what style you choose to do, needs to have in order to get that viral feeling, that emotion stirring, and for your video to reach different people, not only the people that are in your circle, but for that video to be shared and work like a domino effect. And these 2 things are
What are?
These 2 things are that it has to have emotion and logic, okay? So us as humans, this is like a psychological human thing. Us as humans, we love to see kind of like that emotional, whether it's emotional in like the emotional sense of the whole video or just a little part, okay? So even in the entertaining, there's an emotional part. When we see that guy skating through the middle of the street, we're like, wow, that's like a freeing emotion, right? Even when it's educational, what emotion are we giving to our audience? We're giving the emotion of, here you go, you can do it. So the audience, by seeing this, they feel empowered to do it, okay? So when you mix emotion with logic, the video has a great effect. We have absolutely proven this in the videos that we create for our agency clients, okay? These are the 2 things that you want to make sure that you use together in any style of video. And logic would basically be, okay, yeah, maybe you might not be able to skate in the middle of the street in a highway, but check out this like park to skate at, to feel free while you're drinking your cranberry juice. It's that logic part of it, like, oh, this is so nice, this is so amazing, wow, all that feeling. But then, okay, now it's back to the real world. This is how you're gonna put it to the test. This is how you're gonna bring it into action.
Exactly. And when you think about it, it's not only about videos, okay? You also have text, you have audio, okay? You have photos. You can use any of these methods of communication to be able to get your message across. And doesn't matter the medium, doesn't matter whatever you're using, you need to apply the same thing, the same concepts that we are teaching you today, okay? So if you're not good in camera, go ahead and start doing text. If you're not good in text, go ahead and do audio, okay, etc. Just pick the medium that you are most comfortable with and start creating content and documenting your journey for your business or personal brand.
Exactly. And if you are not sure which one you're best at, if you're like, okay, I know what to do now. I know what style of things go viral, but I'm not sure which one I should really focus on. We have a special surprise. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and comment below your Instagram handle and we'll send it directly to you. If you're watching anywhere else, go ahead and contact us on Instagram at 𝘬𝘬𝘬𝘱 or at 𝘬𝘦𝘦𝘱. Say, hey, I want to know which style of content is best for me, and we'll send you the link, okay? So with that being said, we also want to make sure that you guys know exactly how to script your videos, okay? So you can head over to my YouTube channel and you can click on a video that's called Content That Sells. This is going to walk you through the exact script outline that you need to have no matter what style of video, what style of content you're doing, okay? And I'm gonna give you a hint. It starts with a hook, okay? So you need to hook your audience and then you go to the next steps that are explained in that video. So go ahead, go to YouTube, www.youtube.com/𝘬𝘬𝘬𝘬 and click on that video to find the rest of the information that you need to script your video. Choose which style of viral video you want to concentrate on. Stick to that one depending on what your brand is, what your goal is, and really, really work to get that emotion across, whether it's informative with the commercial, whether it's educational, entertaining, or emotional.
Fantastic. I think that is it for this episode.
Yes.
And make sure to go ahead, hit the like button if you're watching from YouTube. And if you are listening from the podcast, make sure to go ahead and subscribe to the podcast and review us and let us know how you like it and what you want to hear next. We're always happy to interact with you, okay? So that is it for today. We'll see you next week. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Yes. And a big thank you to everyone that is tuning in live. I see you guys over there, and I see Rap over here on YouTube and everybody else. A big thank you, and we'll see you next week.
Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Cita Thursday.